Crypto Dough. Welcome on into another episode of the Crypto Dough channel. Now, let's do a quick update of the market. The market is tanking, and I've been calling for this for well over a month. Check the posts, check the online receipts. But let's check it out. Today's crypto prices by market cap, as you guys know, the Fed Agreed Index is at 17. So I guess Warren Buffett was correct. I see why he had money on the side for moments like these. Not saying that he invests in crypto. I think he indirectly does, but not directly, right? So we had a 17. Let's check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently is at 76,977,000. Ethereum, let's check out the top three, the big three. Ethereum is at $1,550. You have XRP there, they're at $1.80. So the whole market have seen a 15%. Bitcoin dropped 7%, so the market doubled. So the market dropped 15 to 30%, depending on which crypto you actually own. So let's go down. Let's see what's going on as far as the actual news. And this is all could be triggered by the tariffs. But like I was explaining earlier on my last upload, the Fed have to do interest rate cuts, or they have to refinance by June. Once they refinance, they're not going to refinance high. They're going to do an interest rate cut and then refinance. Will the market tumble a bit more? Perhaps. But I give it until April, not April, we're already in April. I give it until July, August to see a turnaround. And I was just explaining too how these tariffs announcements was made just the other day. And it takes about a week or a couple of days for it to actually filter into the market and actually digest. I have Ethereum maybe going, if it breaks 1,500, it can go all the way down to 1,000. Bitcoin right now is at 76. It can literally go down another 3, 4, 5%. It can go down to all the way down to 72 to 67,000, depending on the market, or depending on the news that we may have in the upcoming week or so. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. How you guys feeling today? Okay, let me read an article to you guys as well. So we already did the, let's check out some other cryptos as well. So we did Bitcoin is at 76, it's down 7.7%. The volume has increased by 245%. But as you guys can see, we may have a little bit more of a down market to actually go. It can bounce up from here, and it can bounce ranging from here to, let's just say, 82, 83,000. And then it's actually trading within a channel. And the channel that is trading in, I'm going to show you guys the channel that is trading in on Trader's View. But before I get to the trading view, technical analysis part of the show, let's read an article. And this is by fxstreets.com. fxstreets.com. I'm going to read this article. fxstreets.com. All right, so top three price prediction: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, BTC, and XRP head to yearly lows while ETH hits 2-year bottom. Now, we all know that the altcoin market is highly dependent on Ethereum. Let me know if you guys can see the article. Let me zoom in. Okay, top three prediction. Okay, Bitcoin price hovers around 78,000 on Monday after falling nearly 5% the previous week. Ethereum price fails to find support around the key levels and reaches levels not seen since 2023. XRP breaks below its support level at $1.96 cents, targeting its yearly low. Currently, right now, it's at $1.80. Bitcoin price hovers around $78,600 on Monday after falling nearly 5% the previous week. Ethereum and Ripple also followed the Bitcoin's footsteps and declined 13 to 10%. Respectfully, in the previous week, bears remained strong as ETH reaches levels not seen since 2023, while Bitcoin and XRP targets their yearly lows. Bitcoin bears aim for its yearly low of $76,606. I have it going lower than that because we're just getting started with the tariffs. So it has to be some form of retaliatory and tariffs, and then we will see how that actually affects the market. Bitcoin's price declined almost 5% last week after being rejected from its key level of 85,000. On Sunday, it found support around 78,258 dollars at the time of writing. On Monday, it is hovering around that support level. If Bitcoin breaks and closes below $78,258, it could extend the decline to retest its yearly low of $76,606 March 11th low. A successful close below would extend an additional decline to test the next daily support of level at 73,000, which I've been calling for, 72 through maybe 67, depending on what's going on. Like I say, the Feds refinance in June, and if the Feds refinance in June, the interest rates won't be cut until then, and then it's going to take time to digest in the market. Then you have the QE, quantitative easing, coming in. They're going to turn on the money printer. Once they do that, more money is going to be in the economy, and there you have it. The relative strength index on the daily chart reads 37 below its neutral level of 50, indicating strong bearish momentum. The moving average conversion diversion, the MACD indicator, also shows a bearish crossover on Sunday, giving sales signals and suggesting a downward trend. Indeed. As you guys know, that's the MACD at the bottom. That's the MACD. And I believe once the yellow line crosses the blue line, once the yellow line crosses the blue line, then that's when you know that we're going down. Let me zoom into that. As you guys can see, once the yellow line crosses the blue line, that's when it's headed down. However, if Bitcoin finds support around the 78,258 level, it could extend the recovery to retest its daily resistance at 85. Yes, it can. It can either go 7% up, which is 85, or it can go 7% down, which is about 72,000. Ethereum reaches levels not seen since October 2023. Ethereum price declines nearly 13%. You guys know what happened. If Bitcoin declines 5%, then the rest of the market is going to double, depending on what you hold. The closer to the top 100, it's going to be less of a decline, but the further out you go, it's going to be more of a decline. Last week, after failing to close above the daily level of 1,861, moreover, on Sunday, it corrected to retest its important psychological level at 1,700, which has not been seen since October 2023. At the time of the writing on Monday, it hovers around $1,575. If ETH continues to downward spiral, it could extend the decline to retest its next level support at $1,449. And if it breaks that, it's going down to $1,000. I've been calling for this for about a week, and I think that's a great entry point. The RSI reads at 27 below its oversold level of 30, indicating that Ethereum may be overvalued and could and could be due for a price recovery to the upside. However, the RSI could remain below the oversold level and continues its downward spiral. The MACD indicates also shows a bearish crossover on Sunday, giving sell signals and suggesting a downward position. Let's talk XRP now. These are the big three, so we must cover the big three, right? Let's talk XRP. XRP, let me make sure you guys can see that. Okay. XRP currently bears targeting yearly low as it closes below $1.96 support. Right now it's at $1.80. XRP price declined 10% the previous week and closed below its 200-day exponential moving average EMA at $1.94 with its daily support level of $1.96 on Sunday. At the time of writing on Monday, it continues to trade downward around $1.86. If XRP continues its downward trend, it could extend a decline to test its February 3rd daily low of $1.77. I have it going down to $1.50, which is also the lowest level this year. The RSI on the daily chart reads 33 below its neutral level of 50, like Bitcoin, indicating strong bearish momentum. Indeed. On the other hand, if XRP recovers, it could extend the recovery test to $1.96. And there we have it. I'm going to leave this below if you guys want to reference with this article. Check inside of the description underneath source after you check out the affiliate marketing links. I have Coinbase, Crypto.com, Uphold. Also protect your assets with Ledger. And if you're interested in getting your beginner crypto guide, it's a link there to the store as well. Let's go to Trading View. Let's go to Trading View. I'm going to make this one. Let's go to Trading View. I did a quick charting for you guys. Okay, that's Trading View right there, right? Now, currently it's at $77,300 and let's just say $40, right? So if this is the channel that it's trading in, and the channel is a downtrend. This is a downtrend. It haven't broke above 86,000, and it didn't break below. It didn't break below the line. The actual support line would be. Let me move that up to that red line. It would be 77,476, right? It wicked below it. As you guys can see, it wicked below it. This candle right here wicked below it. So it can go either down or up. I drew this right here. This is the price target. From the point that we at right now to the bottom of it to the top of the channel, right? That's 77,000. It can go up to the top of the channel, and that would be about 86,000, 85,000 to be exact. If it doesn't go up and it's still on a bearish momentum, then it can come down all the way. The bottom of this one is 68,000. And then it can start bouncing up, or it can continue to trade down depending on the momentum. But notice that it's on a downtrend. It's on a downtrend. To me, it's making higher, it's making lower highs. So to me, it's currently on a downtrend. Let's see, Monday the market open. So let's see what happens when the market open on Monday. On the weekend, sometimes it's generally a sell-off. So let's see what news we have this week, what sentiment we have this week. If it breaks below, like I say, the $76,000 mark, then it's coming on down to at least the 73. I believe that's the next support. Let me draw another line. That would be let me draw another horizontal line on the next support. The next support is 73. You can draw it right there. The next support would be 73,000. It can bounce from this point. 73,000, 73,400 and something. He can bounce from 73,000 all the way back to 81,000 as well. Or the top of it, and it would be, the top of it would be 85. So let's just see what happens. Let's just, only time can tell. If it breaks the support that it has at 70, at 76, it should be directly on that red line right there. If it breaks support at 76, then it's coming down to 73. It can bounce from 73 and come back up, or it can continue to come back down from 73 all the way to 67, 68,000, or 65, depending on what's going on. So just wanted to give you guys that quick charting, the quick update on the market. The market is tanking. I believe this is a great time to start DCAing. Do we have further to go? Perhaps we do. Like I say, the Fed doesn't do the interest rate cuts until June. So it might be a rocky road until then. On that note, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, get the crypto beginner guide as well. I'm currently working on the nodes. So I'll be selling another digital course on how to actually set up your computers and use nodes, run a nodes, be a part of a network. And notice that when it's a red market, that's the best time to buy. And when it's a green market, it's the best time to sell. So pay attention to the Fear and Greed Index. If we at a 17, that's an all-time low. To me, that's an excellent purchasing point. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. Put on your seatbelts, crypto.